A very, very warm welcome to yet another episode of Heads Held High. I was reading a book yesterday and I kept thinking about it, that leaders are not born. Leaders are molded, leaders are supported, and leaders are formed over a span of time. And we have a set of young leaders from St. Mary's High School, Ponda here, who we'll get to know a little bit more and see how they have been formed and created and their journey so far. So we have the head boy and head girl from St. Mary's High School, Ponda. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to all our viewers?
I'm Sean Fernandez. I study in class 9th. I'm from St. Mary's High School, Ponda, and I love playing football.
Nice, yes.
Hi there, my name is Clarissa Mascarenes. I study in class 9th and I'm the current head girl of St. Mary's High School, Ponda.
Nice. So Clarissa and Sean, welcome to CCR TV. Welcome to the studio. And it's nice. I like that football bit. So you like sports in general or just football?
Sports in general, like basketball, football, and just on Sunday we held a tournament. Just some few friends of mine, and we actually bought some trophies and
Wow.
won.
Oh, so y'all were hosting the tournament. Y'all created the tournament.
Yeah, a small one.
That's nice. I like that. That's a hands-on hobby. And who won? Did y'all win? Do y'all get to win when y'all hosted?
Uh,
No, I don't think so.
my team didn't win.
It makes sense. If you're hosting it, you can't win it. But oh, that's nice. That is really nice. What about you, Clarissa? What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, I love sketching. I love watching anime too. The last time that I did a sketch was on anime. It was Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
Ooh, nice. Do you paint otherwise or just sketch?
I just sketch.
Oh wow, that's nice. Two very different streams of hobbies. I've asked this before, and I would like to know. You can use your creative minds. If there was one subject that you would introduce in your school, let's say there's this imagination where you are the teacher or you are some sort of management, and you can introduce a subject, a new subject that has not been there in school, into school for kids to learn. What would that subject be? Any idea? Anything that you think, oh my God, that would be lovely to have in school?
I would say that languages like Spanish or German could be added.
Oh wow, yes. I think languages help a lot. Are you inclined towards learning these languages? Do you want to learn these languages?
Yes, I do want to.
You want to learn?
To go abroad.
Yes, yes, of course. Now we have become so global as a species. I mean, So yes, Spanish and German. What about you? Anything that you think should be taught in school?
I would say games.
Okay.
Outdoor games.
More outdoor
Yeah.
games. But we have PE for that. But when you say outdoor games, what do you mean? Let me ask you.
Well, I mean maybe swimming,
Yes.
maybe volleyball, basketball, football, cricket, all of that.
Yes, more outdoor games. I totally understand that. Yes to both of you. I think today's day and age needs that, and we need to go ahead. Thinking about outdoor, I've been to Ponda and I love the place. But what are your special places in Ponda, or something special about Ponda that I should know about? So the next time I come there, I should go there and check it out. What about what should we look out for in Ponda?
Sai Complex.
Okay, what's this?
It's a sports complex where you can play different types of sports. You can go swimming, you can play football, cricket. You can go for athletics too.
Oh wow, okay, all right, that's nice. And what about you?
For me, I
Clarissa?
would say there are many things in Ponda. I would say there are many places. I would say there's this place in Oppa where it's water, it's all water, and you could just take a bath or just go with your friends and have a good. Yeah.
All right, Opa. Okay, that's nice. Thank you for the tips. I shall visit Ponda very soon. Coming to you being the head boy and head girl, it's a new academic year. You've been given the posts, and of course, I will not ask you. There's an entire year for you to go ahead and figure out how to be a leader and what to do. What do you think are the qualities that one needs to learn to be a good leader at this level? What do you think it is, Clarissa?
I think one should be very responsible.
Yes.
That's the main thing. You should be responsible. You need to learn to do your duties, your responsibilities, everything.
Correct.
And I would
yeah.
say you have to stick to your word. Whenever you tell someone something, you have to do that.
Yes, but isn't sticking to your word a little difficult when you've got lots of words to stick to?
Yeah, it is.
I think that becomes a little challenging, but I like it. I think to aspire to want to keep up to your promises or to your commitments, that's a good one. That is a very good one. To be responsible. And what would you say?
I
Sean?
would also say the same thing, and they should have more discipline, and they would need to have the leadership skills also.
Yeah, and what are those leadership skills? What do you think they are? Discipline, responsibility, and?
To be social with people.
Yes, I think yes, you're right. To be social with people is very important. You have to be a very people's person, and be there and get the crowd going. What are your responsibilities so far as head boy and head girl? What are the various responsibilities that you have?
Well, I would say it's like minding the class, taking care of the students whenever the teachers have a staff meeting, or maybe just take responsibilities over the students if there's any function held, so take in charge of that.
All right, okay. Are the younger kids more difficult or the older ones? Which is it, like grade 7, 8 or grade 2, 3? Which is a more difficult lot to take charge of and conduct?
I would say grade 7 and 8.
Really? I always thought the younger ones a little bit more difficult. What about you? What do you
For
think?
me, it's the younger ones for sure.
Yeah, I think, but I can understand 7 and 8 also. Why 7 and 8? Like
Because
in that age group.
I would say that the younger ones look up to us more.
Yes, they do. Yes.
But the 7th and 8th really try to go hard on us.
Yes, I think that's a possibility too. They do go hard on you, the Lego
Yeah.
or head boy. Have you got that? People no longer remembering your names and just calling you good morning head girl, good morning head boy. Like they just forget that you have a name and now you're just head boy. And
Yeah.
you're just head girl.
Yeah.
How has this flourished for you? When you got your batch and when you were, given the responsibilities, has how people look at you changed? Has it changed how they look at you?
Well, yeah, it has changed. It has changed a lot. Like the students, especially the younger ones, they're like, hey, head girl, good morning, head girl. And it feels really good. It's something different that we haven't experienced before. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would also say the same thing. They come out to me anytime and say, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. When I think about leadership and about grooming about leadership, taking more on that social cue, people, being with people, being more social. That also has a few segments. I think problem solving becomes very important when there's a problem and then you need to go with it. You also have the other social element of it where you include everybody, include the kids who don't talk a lot, include the quiet ones. Inclusion becomes a big part of it. You can be social, but you can be social with just your group. But when you're a leader, you have to kind of include en masse everybody. And the other aspect of being social certainly is being also social, or rather vocal, with the people, teachers, management, and the younger ones. So, it's 2-3 layers. Do you think we should train people or students in these areas? Do you think training is necessary or needed?
Well, yeah, it is needed because I think when whoever it is, whenever they are young, they have no idea what exactly it is. So they don't know what exactly they're supposed to do or anything. They've never experienced this before.
True.
So I would say training is needed.
Training is needed.
Yeah.
Training is needed very much. What does leadership mean to you? What does it mean to you in the future? Or what should an ideal leader be like? Not you, but leaders who are above you, leaders who are probably 10 years older than you, leaders who lead the nation, the state, leaders who lead schools. What do you think a leader should be like? Who's your ideal leader? And what qualities do they possess? It could be a sports person. It could be someone even fictional or actual person. What do you think a leader should have?
I would think a leader should have, like, as you said earlier, same responsibility, discipline, and I would look up to Sylvester Stallone.
I've heard this name. Why have I heard this name? Who is Sylvester Stallone? Can you help me?
He's the one who played Rocky.
Oh, yes, Rocky. That makes sense. Okay. Tell me. So, why Rocky?
Because he's kind of easy on people also at the same time.
He's got discipline, but he's easy on people.
Yeah.
That's the perfect combination.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you?
For me, leader is the one who actually works in team, as one team. Yeah.
Yeah, someone who can manage, run, and be a part of a team.
Yes.
I want to take you all back to your school, take you back in that space. Over the years, you can take as much as time as you want. Let's go back to school. How long have you, first of all, been at St. Mary's? Like since kindergarten, since junior school, or did you join somewhere in the middle?
I joined in from 3rd standard.
Okay.
I joined in from the first standard.
First standard. Perfect. So you've been there many years, 6, 7 years. Over these 6, 7 years, you can name teachers or you can name situations where you learned one of these important skills that we spoke about. Discipline, respectfulness, being social, working in a team, being patient. So you can take your time and give me instances where these life skills were taught to you or you learned them. It could be a teacher who said it to you, it could be a friend, it could be a situation where you learned it, it could be a picnic where you went on for. Where did you learn teamwork, or where did you see teamwork, or why do you think teamwork is important? So in reference with your school, I'll give you examples, and then you can build on that. Like for myself, when I was, I think in 4th or 5th, my first reading was given to me, like where you read but you have Bible verses or whatever. So when I was reading, and you stand up on stage and you realize everybody is listening, and then you do the sign of the cross wrong, because you know how to do the sign of the cross, but you do it wrong. And then when you come back and you said, hey, a teacher tells you, hey, that's okay, that happens. It's called nervousness. I realized that when someone does something wrong, I think in 5th standard, that was pretty early, that you don't have to belittle someone who comes out from the microphone. Until today, I think I carry that with me. You can be patient with people when they make mistakes, especially on a stage or a public place, because they get nervous. I've gotten nervous. I learned this from an incident where I failed. It doesn't have to be an incident of victory. So where did you learn certain skills? Let's think about 4 skills. Maybe discipline in a certain situation. You can think about teamwork in any situation. You can also think about responsibility, being responsible, keeping your word. So, we're good? Do you have something in mind? Anything? Come on.
Your story actually reminded me of the time when my school's annual day was there. Clarissa and me were both compeers.
Wow, okay, that's nice.
We made some little mistakes here and there, and our teachers told us, I actually don't remember what our teachers told us, but I remember they were telling us about how we learn from our mistakes a little bit.
Yes. I think yes, that's very important. And what did you learn from that? What was the takeaway?
Uh, Public speaking is important.
Yes. And it's okay to make mistakes. I think
Yeah.
it's very okay to make mistakes. What about you?
For me, it would be a recent incident that took place. It was on our installation ceremony. My speech didn't go that well as I expected it to go. And once it was done, I come back and I stay and I tell Sean, my speech didn't go well. It's like there's no problem. Everybody makes mistakes. So he was the one who motivated me,
Yeah.
and he told me like there's nothing like that. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that also shows teamwork, and it shows being there for each other, and standing out to each other. What about keep being responsible? Is there any teacher, any subject that you learned over the years, any incident that happened over the years where you learned to be a little bit more responsible? How did you become so responsible? Now that you're a head boy and head girl, that means you're responsible. How did you become so responsible? How do you think that responsibility crept into your bones?
From minding the class, or maybe sometimes from being captain of my football team during PE periods.
Okay. So being a captain, being in that position, handling those people is what taught you how to be more responsible.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yes, I agree that happens. What about you, Clarissa?
I think for me it would be the same, because when I was in my fourth grade, I was the monitor of the class, and that was like a big responsibility. It was my first time taking in charge of a class, and I think that's when I learned to be responsible. I learned to handle the students.
Very true. Yeah. So being in a position, being in that place, and having that responsibility made you more responsible.
Yes.
The quota increased of responsibility. If there's one person that you'd like to meet in life, it could be a public figure, or you can tell me three. Who would that be? What's that one person who you want to meet and learn something from? And who would that be?
They could be real or dead, right?
Real, dead, alive, fictional, inside a television screen, you name it. Who is it?
I would say I'd want to meet Michael Jackson, The Weeknd,
Okay.
and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, you're a Sylvester Stallone fan. I think now we've made sense of that. Why Michael Jackson?
Because his songs are, it's just great. All his songs are great.
Yes, his songs are good. I agree with you. His songs are very good. And The Weeknd?
Weeknd also, his songs are also great. I love him more than Michael Jackson's though.
Yes, because it's more recent. So The Weeknd, Michael Jackson, and Sylvester Stallone. What about you?
For me, it would be Tom Holland.
Okay.
Then it would be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
And
I like how you had the two names down and then maybe someone else. Who else? Three more people. Or none will do also. But just these two.
no, I would like to think about one more.
Tell me.
Okay, that's enough.
So you're going to go ahead and have two people with you. What do you want to ask them? If you had a question to ask them, what would you ask them?
I would ask Michael Jackson who was he talking to when he was singing the song Beat It.
Who was he talking to? Like, who was the song dedicated to
Yeah.
when he sang Beat It? And what about you, Clarissa?
For me, I would ask Tom Holland, like, how does he act so well? Like, what is the reason behind it? There should be some reason so that.
Yes. How does he train, and what's the
Yeah,
reason behind
yeah.
being it? Brilliant. To aspire to meet someone and get to know them is absolutely lovely. I know you have a very big year ahead for you. You've got lots to do. Any goals for the year ahead? Like there's a plan, like this is what I hope that this year is going to turn out to be. What are your goals or aims for the year ahead?
I hope that we make it to. I hope that we can become one of our best cabinet or board of honor of our school.
That's nice. That's a very good aspiration to have.
Mm.
And Clarissa?
For me, it would be to get discipline into the school. That then it would be to maybe like help the students in anything. Maybe they need help in that.
Yeah. So do your leadership responsibilities well, conduct yourselves well is the plan for the year.
Yeah,
And what about studies?
yeah, that is also there.
That too. Is multitasking difficult? Is multitasking being difficult?
Well, at beginning, yes, it is. But as you go on, I think it's not
you get a
that.
hang
Yeah.
of it.
You-
What about you? Multitasking is being okay?
No, I can't. If I have too much on my plate, I tend to forget a lot of stuff.
True. So how do you manage to do the responsibilities and the studying and the sports? How are you managing to do all? What's the trick?
There's no trick as such, but I would get some help from others also, maybe.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Another question that I've never asked before, but I really want to. Is there any book that you have read that has inspired you? A book that you have read that has inspired you? Or a story. It even could be something from your textbooks. It could be something that you've read, but a story or a book that has inspired you.
I would say from my history subject, the French Revolution, it's a good story. I really like that we are learning it right now. It's actually teaching us a lot about international history, and it's quite fascinating.
It is fascinating. The French Revolution was something else. Yes, I think yes, it's nice to. Who's the favorite character in the French Revolution?
Louis XVI.
Louis XVI. I can remember my textbooks right now. What about you, Clarissa? A story or a book that has inspired you recently?
Well, I don't really go to read books, but I would say there's few motivational stories.
Okay.
They really motivate you to do something in life.
Okay. Have you read any, or have you even audiobooks is fine. Have you heard any?
I've actually heard them in school, especially when they read the article.
Yes.
That's the time I've heard it.
That's nice. So we've not done this before on any of the episodes. From this episode, we're going to start it. It's going to be called the rapid fire round. Here I have the questions with me. And are you ready? Okay,
Yeah.
Clarissa, you're going to go first. The first question is, what are the 3 things that you are grateful for in your life?
Well, I'm grateful for God, my mom, and the school.
Nice. What about you?
I'm grateful to my parents, God, and the school.
Perfect. Similar answers. What's your favorite song?
I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Interesting. What about you?
My favorite song is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John.
Nice. Good songs. Good choices. Name something that truly makes you happy.
Music.
Ooh, okay.
Same music.
I should just ask one person and not 2 because the answers are similar. What makes you feel better when you're feeling low?
Art.
Art.
I love listening to a single weekend when I'm feeling low.
Music and art. Okay. What are you most afraid of?
I would say I'm musophobic. It's the fear of rats.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. What's the word you said again? It was?
Musophobic.
Okay. I will have to look it up. What about you?
I am most afraid of heights.
Fear of heights and fear of rats. Interesting. Okay. We move on. What's something you wish adults understood about kids today?
That they should not put much pressure on their child when it comes to studies.
Okay, thank you for that. We will remember.
I wish adults understood that kids would need more playgrounds to play on instead of constructing more buildings.
Nice one, very well put. What are some of the things on your bucket list? You can give me 2 or 3.
But I would like to explore France and I would like to visit Norway and go and see the northern lights.
Very, very pretty. What about you?
I would love to visit America because it's a land of dreamers and I would like to chase my dreams over there.
That's lovely. If you could keep any animal, real or imaginary, as a pet, which would you choose?
But I would say it's a squirrel for me.
Very sweet. And
I would say a dog because all of them are lovable.
dogs are very lovable, and so are squirrels, I am sure. When do you feel a child or a teenager becomes an adult?
I would say a child or teen becomes an adult when they do their duties on time, when they do their duties, their responsibilities by themselves. And that's a time when they start realizing that it's time for me to be independent.
Yes, I think responsibility. Okay. What about you?
I think teens learn how when they learn how to be more independent and learn how to make their own choices in life.
Beautiful. And finally, you don't have to answer this in a rapid way, but you can answer it very easily and with your own time. What makes your school special, and how is it different from all the other schools that you know of?
Well, I would say our school not just focuses on academics, but it also gives importance to the extracurricular activities held. By this, our students, they get an opportunity to come up with their talents.
That's lovely. That sounds absolutely nurturing to all the students there. And for you?
Our school does many activities like donating to the poor and helping the sick and elderly. And just last week we had a cycling rally to build awareness in sustainable development and climate change. But the two things our school mainly teaches is discipline and values.
Yeah, two very important things. So with that, we come to an end to a very interesting, not so rapid fire round. I got to know a lot about you in a very short span of time. I like the idea of a squirrel as a pet.
Thank
They're
you.
very, very nice. And I hope you reach to the land of dreams to pursue your dreams and go for it. All right. It's now time for you to give a shout out to everybody back in school, friends, family. Clarissa, you can go first. You can say your highs, hellos. We totally believe, here that a leader is groomed to be the best version of themselves. And to do that, especially in a school, all the teachers, our parents, our peers, everybody plays a very, very important and vital role. I cannot say this enough. Leaders are not born. We're just not born with all the traits. We are groomed into really fine leaders. So why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who's been a part of this lovely journey with you.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank my mom. She's been a great support and she's always been there for me. Then I would like to thank our school, the principal, the teachers for honoring me with such an important role and entrusting me with it. And also I would like to say hi to all my friends out there and I would like to thank them for supporting me and always being with me. Yeah.
Thank you. That was very sweet. What about you, Sean? Go for it.
I would like to say hi to my parents and I would like to thank them for allowing me to chase my dreams, and I would like to say hi to my friends. Hi Lano, Sunidhi, Drishti, Shravani, Gerald.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's all.
That's all. That's lovely. Thank you so very much for being here on the show. I wish you both the very best for a lovely year of leadership and, of course, the exams that are going to come after that. And I also wish everybody back at school and at home the very best. I think you're going to turn out to be really, really, prominent in your own places. And yep, till then, we'll see you with yet another episode. And God bless.